Hey guys, B Twice here. Today is Wednesday, June 23rd. I wanted to do an overview on some of the big tech names just because the Nasdaq's been flying. So we're going to take a look at Elliott Wave Theory cycle overview of Facebook and NVDA to see where they're going. Um, so we're going to be looking at Facebook first. So looking at Facebook 3-year daily chart, what I'm seeing is that we're actually finishing off a blue wave 3, and we're in wave 5 of that wave 3. So I do see us extending higher, uh, quite a bit higher actually, before ultimately pulling back. So basically what I'm seeing is that we had a 1, pulled back for a 2, and that was back in like 2018. Then the COVID crash was a 1, a 2, then we had a 3, a 4, and then we're in a 5 wave move up. So we had a 1, a 2. We've already topped for our 3. We pulled back for our 4, which means we're in this white wave 5. So we're in a white wave 5 up of this red Roman numeral wave 5 of this blue Roman numeral wave 3. Um, so let's dive in a little bit to look at this. All right, so basically what I've seen is we popped up for 1, we pulled back for 2. You take an extension off of the top of 1 to the bottom of 2, and you hit your 161.8 for your wave 3. So we've obviously peaked for wave 3 back here at this 330 range. We pulled back for wave 4 bottom here. We've done a 5 wave move up now to find the top of wave 1. So currently where we sit, we're looking to find the top of this wave 1. So we're gonna see a slight pullback here soon. How shallow or how deep that pullback will be, I mean, it's still valid as long as it stays above the 300 window. So Facebook could technically pull all the way back down to the 300 range before still ultimately going up for this price target of approximately 380. If it does dip all the way down to 300, then this 380 would probably be more like 360 because that's going to change the price target depending on how far down we dip on this wave 2. But we're looking for this top of wave 1. We're going to see a pullback for 2, and then ultimately we're going to be going up to this hopefully 380, 400 range to finish off this cycle, or the wave 3 of this cycle. So with that being said, I think on Facebook here, any dip is a buy. I'll be looking for anything less than probably 335 range or something like that, and I'll start uh, slowly getting in and just kind of buying the dip on the way down. Um, Overall, it does seem like the Nasdaq does still have some room to run. I do think it's due for a 3 wave move back, which I've kind of talked about in my other videos of QQQ. But either way, I do think tech right now, because of this rotation back into tech, that any decent dip is a buy because we are still going to be marching higher. So let's look at NVIDIA. Okay, so NVIDIA, we're doing the same thing, wave 3. So we're in a blue wave 3. So this whole structure is an impulse for wave 3, and we're in this red Roman numeral 5 of this wave 3. So let's get in a little closer just to see exactly what we could potentially see. Okay, so we're in this wave 5. We've had a 1. We've pulled back for our 2. We've gone up for our 3. We've pulled back for our 4, and we're heading up for 5. So the bulls actually are saying, hey, we've already bottomed here at the 711 range, and we're actually going to rally here. We're going to break all-time highs, and we're going to be heading up to this 875 range. So the bulls want to see us going straight to 875 without a pullback. Now, just like Facebook and the rest of the NASDAQ names, I do think that we have to have a small correction before just marching straight up to NVIDIA 874 and Facebook 380, and Apple and all the other big names like Amazon going to 4,200, stuff like that. I do think we do have to see a small 3 wave to the downside. So with that being said, even though the bull count does stand because we've hit this 23.6 and we could potentially go straight up to this 874, I do favor us kind of doing this pullback and getting down to this like 700 range one more time, and then calling this the wave 4, and then ultimately going from there up to 875. I just think that the market's been on a hell of a run in it, and we will see at least this 3 wave move back before ultimately heading up to these all-time highs. But I think either way, our price target's going to be this 875 range. If we go straight to all-time highs from here, it could be a tiny bit higher. But ultimately, I do think that we see a little bit of a downside. So just like Facebook, I think any dip here is a buy. Um, I think just about with most of the big cap tech stocks, we're going to see something very similar. So if you guys like these videos, go ahead and hit like and subscribe.